Hey, good morning. This is Wayne County Now. It is Tuesday, June 4th, 2024. I'm Dustin Fuller reporting. A reminder for the latest local news, weather and sports anytime. Visit us on our website at mywaynecountynow.com. Wayne Fire Protection District Number 1 and Wayne City Ambulance were called to a structure fire late last night on County Road 790 East. Not much information has been released on that fire at this time. Wayne Fire Protection District also received assistance from McLeansboro Fire with a tanker, Dahlgren Fire with an engine, Jefferson Fire Protection with a COQ with an engine, and Orchardville Fire with a COQ and tanker. Wayne City Village Board held their June session last night. Several members of the village were on hand. Board approved the consent agenda items on that as well, and also recognized 2 ambulance crew members for their years of service. Chris and Becky Shreve have celebrated 35 years of service for Wayne City Ambulance. Several others also recently served 20 years. In old business, nothing new on the old motel was discussed, as nothing has happened. On the rebidding of the Mary Neff property, officials are awaiting a lawyer in Metropolis to correct the deed. Prior to rebidding, in road work, village officials made a motion and approved the purchase of rock from Barnard's Soil Service in Wayne City for future road work. The plan was approved as well to work on roads mentioned last month. Road work was approved for Market Street, Valley Street, West Smith Street, East Smith Street, Shasta Street, Clark Lane, East Section Line Road, and additional roads were added to that list, including West Section Line Road, South Industrial, Greenwald Street, Mitchell Drive, South Mound Street, Prairie Street, Orchard Street, West Meadow Street, and Southwest Street. The board approved the start of the bid process for the road work. The village will rent a road grader for $9,670 for a month, plus the freight to get the grader to Wayne City. Milling will happen soon on several roads in the village. No news mentioned on building repairs at the meeting, and the village will keep the same insurance for their employees next year. Insurance has gone up $873.87 per month. That's an increase over $10,000 for the year. The village board looked into a cheaper plan, but it was determined that the previous plan was better for village employees. In new business, a donation request was made by the Wayne City Ruritan Club for $2,277 for their Bean Days Festival. Village ended up donating $1,708.50 towards Bean Days for the upcoming year. In public comment prior to the closed session, Jerry Greenwald mentioned that the lot next to the gas station had a ton of potholes. Greenwald mentioned that there was a need for work. It was mentioned that something needed to be done, and village officials say that they will be looking into putting some gravel down in that area. In employee reports, Chris Shreve mentioned that the water tower painting work is set to come up for Wayne City. The village was presented an idea to paint a new look on the tower, but no action was taken on that. Shreve also reported that a chlorine pump went out and to expect an $1,800 bill for a new pump. In trustee reports, Trustee Stephen Buxton mentioned that several yards with tall grass were around the area. Buxton also mentioned that a recent meeting with members of the Greater Wabash Regional Planning Commission in reference to a water main on East Section Line Road was discussed. The village would have to pay engineering fees, but return on that if a grant was approved was $500,000 toward work on the replacement of that main. The engineering quote was for $27,000. Currently, the main is only 4 inches, and with the amount of people on that water line, it is inadequate, according to Chris Shreve, due to the limits of the water pressure. Trustee Tim Piper had a resident ask a question as to moving a culvert. Village officials say that if it's on their property, sure, but it has to be replaced up to standard. Following the closed session, the board voted to pass a resolution releasing executive session minutes dating back to October of 2013, running through November of 2023. Some minutes have redactions, but the minutes are completely public. The board also approved a resolution to destroy audio and video of executive sessions from October of 2013 to September of 2022. Following the actions, a motion to adjourn was given, but no second was made. Items brought up after that from the public include a truck and a motorcycle that the village had received in the past through forfeiture by Anson Fenton and the Wayne County Courts. The question also came up of Anson Fenton's residence, with Fenton mentioning that he was residing in Belle Rive at one point, or it was mentioned that Fenton was residing in Belle Rive. Several residents spoke up, mentioning as well that they felt threatened by Fenton. Village officials took no action following comments at the meeting. The FCHS board held a special session last night. The only thing discussed at that meeting publicly was CD rates from Area Banks. Originally, a vote for the sale of bonds was on the agenda, but was removed on Friday from that agenda. An executive session, collective bargaining, and employment was the topic. Meanwhile, Wayne County now had the opportunity to take a walkthrough of renovations going on at the Mule Barn. We have photos on the Wayne County Now Facebook page. Wayne County Sheriff's officials were on the scene of a two-vehicle accident on Thursday. That accident happened on US 45 at the intersection of County Road 1125 North in Lamar Township. A 2007 Cadillac Escalade operated by 36-year-old Jacob W. Rogers of Bridgeport was traveling northbound on US 45 with a 2007 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 operated by 78-year-old Harold L. Beckel of Sisney was also driving northbound. Beckel, according to reports, failed to yield and ran into Rogers' Escalade. 3 passengers in Rogers' vehicle were not injured. Wayne County EMS was called and transported Beckel to Fairfield Memorial Hospital for treatment of injuries. Both vehicles were towed from the scene. Over $1,500 of damage was reported to both vehicles. Beckel was cited for failure to reduce speed to avoid an accident. Several arrests were made in Wayne County on Sunday. At 1:46 p.m., Fairfield City Police arrested Mark W. Lee of Fairfield on charges of disorderly conduct and criminal damage to property. Lee is being held without bond at the Wayne County Jail. At 7:40 p.m., Wayne County Sheriff's officials arrested Jacob D. Ashby of Sisney on warrants in Hamilton and Williamson counties. Warrants involved driving with a license, permit, or privilege suspended or revoked. Ashby is being held without bond at the Wayne County Jail. He will have to visit Hamilton and Williamson counties to face those warrants. At 8:21 p.m. Sunday, Wayne County Sheriff's officials arrested 69-year-old Thomas L. McSparran on a violation of an order of protection. He was booked at the Wayne County Jail where he's being held without bond. On Sunday at 11:06 p.m., Wayne County Sheriff's deputies arrested 39-year-old Casey L. Bunkley of Jefferson County, Missouri on a couple of Jefferson County, Missouri warrants for possession of up to 35 grams of marijuana or synthetic marijuana and a violation of financial responsibility ordinance. Buckley faces Wayne County charges of obstruction of justice, obstruction of identification, and criminal trespass to real property. She was booked at the Wayne County Jail where she is being held without bond pending transport to Jefferson County, Missouri to face the warrants after she faces her charges in Wayne County. A Fairfield woman was arrested by Wayne County Sheriff's officials late Sunday following a traffic stop. 50-year-old Nicola L. Molzer faces charges of residential burglary and criminal trespass to real property. Molzer was also cited by deputies for driving with a revoked license and operating an ATV on a highway. Molzer was booked into the Wayne County Jail. Reduced rate lab testing with Fairfield Memorial Hospital's laboratory department is set to take place next month. It'll take place between July 8th and July 27th. There will be 5 convenient locations to choose from for lab testing. It includes the laboratory at Fairfield Memorial Hospital, the lab draw station at Albion, that's operated by Fairfield Memorial Hospital, and Horizon Healthcare medical clinics in Fairfield, Carmi, and Sisney. To schedule an appointment for reduced rate labs, you can call 618-847-0400. We have information on what tests are available at which location with this story at mywaynecountynow.com. Clay County Health Department has been named a 2024 Hospice CAHPS Honors Recipient Award winner by Healthcare First, a leading provider of CAHPS and bereavement survey programs for home health and hospice agencies. This prestigious annual review recognizes agencies that continuously go above and beyond in providing quality care for patients and compassionate caregiver experiences. It also acknowledges the highest performing agencies by analyzing the performance of the hospice consumer assessment of healthcare providers and systems survey satisfaction for quality measures. To be considered for the award, the hospice agency must have scored above the Healthcare First National Performance Score on the Hospice CAHPS Willingness to Recommend question. If that criteria is met, performance is evaluated utilizing a set of 23 additional quality indicators measured. The score is then compared on a question-by-question basis to a national performance score calculated from all partnering hospices contained in the Healthcare First Hospice CAHPS database. Clay County Health Department's hospice program provides caring, compassionate care to the terminally ill and their families, including 24-hour on-call services, a dedicated team of physicians, nurses, social workers, clergy, health aides, and volunteers to work together to provide individualized, devoted care. This is Wayne County Now. We will have a look at the weather forecast coming up in just a few moments on Wayne County Now.
At One Step Ahead and HME in Fairfield, the customer's health and comfort is their top priority. They carry a full line of home medical equipment, plus respiratory care items, diabetic footwear, and supplies that you need. And they make it easy with the ability to drop ship directly to your home. Plus, there's the added convenience of a local office at 1010 West Main in Fairfield with a friendly staff and an easy-to-use app. Now offering Dexcom and Freestyle Libre continuous glucose monitors. That's One Step Ahead and HME in Fairfield.
When Justin, a local volunteer firefighter, needs one of the department's trucks serviced, he calls Cam, whose repair company keeps everything rolling. In turn, Justin helps keep Cam and all of the community safe. Together, they support each other. And Wayne White Electric Cooperative supports them and every member with safe and reliable power. It's why REMCs exist. And together, it all works.
No time to run to the bank? No problem. People's National Bank makes banking easy and convenient with PNB To Go mobile banking. PNB To Go allows you to deposit checks, pay bills, transfer money between accounts, view your statements, turn your debit card off and on, and much more, all on your smartphone. It truly is banking at your fingertips with PNB To Go mobile banking. People's National Bank, member FDIC.
And welcome back to Wayne County Now. It's currently 6:12 as we are live on Facebook and YouTube this morning. Let's take a look at the weather forecast for the Wayne County area. Did have a little bit of a pop-up shower come through here last night, but the good news is nothing major came from that shower, and there are chances of showers and thunderstorms that come through the area at least through Wednesday. We have those chances daily, and really looking at it, it is up to a marginal risk of severe weather those days. If anything does break, we will do our best to keep you aware of the situation. Your forecast for today, there is a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms mainly in the afternoon. Partly sunny skies today, high of 83. Showers, thunderstorms tonight. Some of those could be strong with a low of 69. Showers, thunderstorms expected for your Wednesday, 60% chance of that. Partly sunny, high of 83. For Wednesday evening, mostly clear, the low 81. Sunshine Thursday, high of 84. Sunshine Friday, high of 80. And then for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, we're looking at a slight chance of showers, thunderstorms, very slight, otherwise mostly sunny skies, highs in the low to mid 80s all 3 days. Now to take a look at what's going on at the community calendar real quick on Wayne County Now. It is presented by our friends at Carnaby Square in downtown Fairfield. Southern Illinois' fashion leader You can check them out on Facebook and Instagram, or you can also check them out through CarnabySquare.com. Taking a look at the Wayne County Senior Center activities this week. Pool tournament on the docket for today. That's set to begin at 8:30 this morning. Tomorrow at the Senior Center is the June birthday cake and ice cream. It's presented by F&B Community Bank. On Thursday, they will have Bible study from 10 until 11 at the Fairfield Senior Center, the Wayne County Senior Center in Fairfield. Taking a look at other activities, the Fairfield Public Library has the first Wednesday morning activity for the kiddos starting Wednesday morning at 10, and providing that activity is Mr. Livesay from Fairfield Community High School. He's also the director of the city band here in Fairfield. It's music with Mr. Livesay tomorrow morning at 10 at the Fairfield Public Library. The kiddos will definitely have a great time with that. On Thursday, on the lawn of the Wayne County Courthouse will be the next Fairfield City Band concert that is set for 7 p.m. And if you missed it last Thursday, I actually had to be upstairs in the courtroom for the special board meeting. We had almost a front row seat to the band concert right outside the window of the courtroom. But it sounded interesting, and the band did a great job last week. I will definitely say that. If you have a community calendar you want to send along, news at mywaynecountynow.com is where you can email it. You can also submit a form through mywaynecountynow.com. You can text it to 618-737-9996, or you can also shoot us a message on Facebook on Wayne County Now on Facebook. We'll take a look at obituary information coming up in just a moment. This is Wayne County Now.
Dive into summer with the latest styles at Carnaby Square in downtown Fairfield. From top to bottom, Carnaby Square has everything you need to embrace the season in style with brands like Charlie B, Multiples, Jess and Jane, Lucky Bird, and Tribal in sizes from small to extra, extra large. Plus, Carnaby Square carries the largest selection of Brighton purses, jewelry, and accessories around. Carnaby Square, the fashion leader in Southern Illinois, located at 115 East Main Street in Fairfield, making you look great since 1980.
The loss of a loved one can leave you with a lot of unanswered questions, feelings of stress and anxiety, and grief. The experienced funeral directors at Johnson & Vaughn Funeral Home in Fairfield can help guide you through all aspects of the funeral process to provide you with a beautiful, lasting tribute to your loved one. Call them at 618-842-6006. The Johnson & Vaughn Funeral Home, 106 Northeast 4th Street in Fairfield, serving the Wayne County area with compassion, dignity, and respect.
If you're looking for supplies for memorial decorations or a memorial piece, look no further than Everlasting Florals, formerly Leg Manufacturing, at 900 West Delaware in Fairfield. Owners Chad and Melissa Musgrave offer a full line of wholesale and retail floral supplies, silk flowers for every season, and even manufacture a variety of items in-house, from wire and aluminum saddles to cemetery can holders, shepherd's hooks, and flag holders. Everlasting Florals, making the world more colorful, one stem at a time. Local and area obituaries on Wayne County Now, presented by Johnson & Vaughn Funeral Home, 106 Northeast 4th Street in Fairfield, and presented by Everlasting Florals, 900 West Delaware Street in Fairfield. Tracy Jo Sisney, 54 of Fairfield, passed away at 8:48 a.m. on Wednesday, May 29th in Fairfield. She was born October 11th of 1969 in Fairfield to John Sisney and Kay Shaper. Survivors include her daughter Emily West of Jeff, a grandchild Rylan Gammon, and a sister Gina Increpia. She was preceded to death by her parents. A public visitation is set from 5 until 7 Wednesday evening, tomorrow evening that is, at Johnson & Vaughn Funeral Home in Fairfield. Following the visitation, Tracy's body will be cremated. No burial will be held at this time. Memorial donations may be made to the Johnson & Vaughn Funeral Home to help with funeral expenses. 75-year-old Charles Phil Helm of Fairfield passed away on Thursday at Aperion Care in Fairfield. He was born in Centralia, Illinois, February 1st of 1949. Merville and Helen Thompson Helm. On July 3rd of 1971, he married Brenda Smith, and they were about to celebrate 53 years of marriage. Phil graduated from Salem High School in 1968 and then enrolled in the American Academy of Art in Chicago. He completed his associate's degree in commercial art at SIU Carbondale in 1971. Phil was a longtime member of employment for Kincaid's Hardware and was also employed for the city of Fairfield prior to his retirement in 2011. He served in the U.S. Army Reserves in South Carolina during the Vietnam War. Phil is a member of the First Christian Church in Fairfield. Phil's passions were in music and movies. He amassed a large collection of records, CDs, and DVDs. He was a trivia expert on bands, their members, and songs, as well as movies and their casts. He also enjoyed collecting die-cast cars. Phil is survived by his wife Brenda of Fairfield, son Matthew and wife Brandy Helm of Newburgh, Indiana, grandson Jackson Helm of Newburgh, Indiana, sister Mary Grace Sheffers of Woodstock, Illinois, nephews Mark Easley of Rockford, Illinois, and Chris and wife Jean Easley of Huntley, Illinois, niece Andrea Sheffers of Woodstock, Illinois, brother-in-law Jerd and wife Tally Smith of Jeff, sisters-in-law Kim and significant other Robert Larner of Edinburgh, Scotland, and Peggy and husband Bob Lyons of Springfield, step-granddaughter Krista Stallings of Newburgh, Indiana, and step-great-granddaughter Brooklyn Stallings also survive. Phil was preceded in death by his parents, paternal grandparents J.T. and Mary Jane Helm, maternal grandparents Richard and Ma Grace Thompson, nephew David Brian Easley, and parents-in-law Charles and Dorothy Smith. Per Phil's wishes, his body was cremated, and a graveside memorial service will be taking place at 2 p.m. Friday at Maple Hill Cemetery. Friends and family are asked to go directly to the cemetery. In lieu of flowers, memorials may be made to Cancer Care Specialists of Illinois for their Fairfield Clinic or the Wayne County Humane Society, and they'll be accepted at the Johnson Devon Funeral Home. 94-year-old Robert M. Russell of Mill Shoals passed away at 2:10 a.m. on Thursday, May 30th at Wabash Senior Living in Carmi. He was born December 1st of 1929 in Evansville to Bernice M. and Daisy Merritt Russell. He had a special companion, Mary Voppel, for over 25 years. Bob was a veteran of the U.S. Army Air Corps and was also an area manager for an offshore drilling company, traveling all over the world with his job. The one thing that Bob loved to do was ballroom dancing. He was taught by Arthur Murray and then later worked in California with him, teaching others to dance. He and Mary loved to dance, not only in Illinois but also in Florida, where he spent 6 months out of the year. In April of 2022, Bob was privileged to take an honor flight to Washington, D.C., for which he enjoyed very much. Survivors include his son, Robert Russell Jr. of Fort Pierce, Florida, 2 grandchildren, and his sister, Margaret Bushery of Mill Shoals, along with several nieces and nephews. He was also survived by Mary's son, Gary, and wife Barb Voppel, Steve Voppel, and Kelly and wife Tanya Voppel. Her daughter, Debbie, and husband Bill South, and several of their grandchildren and great-grandchildren. He was preceded in death by his parents, his companion Mary Voppel, and a son, Steve Russell, as well as a brother, Donnie Russell. Funeral services for Bob Russell will be at 12 noon today at the Johnson Devon Funeral Home in Fairfield. Burial will be in Shrewsbury Cemetery in Mill Shoals. Military rights will be provided by Anthony Wayne Post 176 of the American Legion and Wayne County Post 4535 VFW. Visitation will be from 10 a.m. until service time today at the Johnson Devon Funeral Home. Memorial donations may be made to the Mill Shoals Baptist Church and will be accepted at the Johnson Devon Funeral Home. Johnson Devon Funeral Home in Fairfield is assisting the family with arrangements. 76-year-old Richard Lloyd Parker of Sisney passed away at 9:47 a.m. on Saturday, May 25th at St. Vincent Hospital in Evansville. Richard was born November 23rd of 1947 in St. Louis to Richard D. Dick and Mary Jeanette Norman Parker. His mother was the oldest first-time mother at Barnes Jewish Hospital at the time of his birth, being 39 years of age. On July 3rd of 1977, he married the love of his life, Peggy I. Atterbury Parker. Rick graduated from Harrisburg High School in the class of 1966, and after high school, attended the University of Missouri in Rolla, graduating in 1971 with a physics degree. Rick came back to Harrisburg and worked in the family business, Lloyd L. Parker Furniture and Piano Store. His grandfather started the business in 1914, and for the last 10 years before the store closed in 1988, Rick was the owner. He was also a member of the Harrisburg Elks Lodge, BPOE 1058, for over 50 years. Survivors include his wife Peggy Parker of Sisney, 2 sons Lloyd L. and wife Stacia Parker of Harrisburg, Logan and wife Angie Parker of Flora, Lindsay and husband Lance Inslee of Sisney, and 8 grandchildren, Jackson and Luca Parker, Mason Lothar, Caden Parker, and Kate Parker Savannah, and Anna Beth Inslee. He was preceded in death by his parents and grandparents. The body of Richard L. Parker has been cremated, and a memorial service is set for 11:30 a.m. on Saturday, June 8th at the Johnson Devon Funeral Home in Fairfield. Visitation will be from 10 a.m. until service time, with burial at a later date in Sunset Lawn Cemetery in Harrisburg. Memorial donations may be made to Hope Ministries in Jeff and will be accepted at the Johnson Devon Funeral Home. Johnson Devon Funeral Home in Fairfield is assisting the family with arrangements. It is 6:25 at Wayne County now. We'll take a look at sports coming up in just a moment.
Whatever your project might be, Gibbs Excavating and Land Management, LLC, has the right tool and the expertise to get the job done right. The crew at Gibbs Excavating and Land Management can handle any job from stump grinding or forestry mulching, driveway repair, concrete demo and rock work to dirt and auger work, trenching, and even garden tilling. Call 618-516-1462 or email Austin at austingibbs70@yahoo.com to schedule your free estimate today.
There's nothing like getting together with old friends for a great visit in a nice, relaxing atmosphere. That's what you get at All-Star Package at 100 North Milner Street in Sisney. Besides being the place for packaged liquor, beer, and wine in the Sisney area, it's also the place to stop in after work, watch the game, or just meet friends to catch up. You can also try your hand at the slot machines in their video gaming room. Open 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sunday. That's All-Star Package in Sisney.
Time now for sports on Wayne County Now. I'm Dustin Fuller. Let's start off with Fairfield Youth Baseball last night. Coaches pitched division of games. It was Le Mans Chevrolet over Sports Zone 13-2 last night. In a battle in 8 innings, it was a draw between Skateland and People's National Bank. Both teams had 8 runs. And F&B Community Bank knocked off Taco Tierra 5-3. In 13U action, it was Clark Construction over Rush Appliance by a final of 9-6, and the Masonic Lodge defeated the Le Mans Chrysler Ball Club by a final score of 11-9. In other local sports action, 5 Fairfield Mules football players will be participating in the SICA All-Star Football Game. That's set to take place Friday evening down at Murfreesboro. The Mules will be represented by Trey Mason, Latrell Snyder, and Jay Snyder, as well as Bronson Ryalia and Vega Stanley. They will be playing on the blue team with other players from Centralia, Mount Vernon, Trenton Westland, DeCoin, Redbud, Carlisle, Freeburg, Cesar Valier, Waltonville, Mascoutah, Breeze Central, Dupo, Chester, Columbia, Mount Carmel, and Flora. Overall, 121 players are playing in the game. Taking a look at the college baseball scoreboard as tournament action continues. In college baseball, in 10 innings, North Carolina knocked off LSU 4-3. It was UConn over Oklahoma 7-1. Oklahoma State fell to Florida 4-2, and Evansville edged East Carolina by a final of 6-5. Taking a look at action in Major League Baseball, the MLB scoreboard from last night. Milwaukee fell to Philadelphia 3-1. New York Mets over the Washington Nationals 8-7. Baltimore over Toronto 7-2. Detroit over Texas 2-1. Houston defeated the St. Louis Cardinals 7-4. It was the Reds taking it out on the Colorado Rockies 13-3 at Coors Field. The LA Angels over San Diego 2-1. Arizona defeated San Francisco by a final score of 4-2. That has been a look at sports for your Tuesday morning, and it's time now to take a look at History in the Mystery. And with today's History in the Mystery, we will prepare to turn it over to Dave Land. We do remind you, for the latest local news, weather, and sports anytime, you can visit us at our website at mywaynecountynow.com. Dave Land now standing by with History in the Mystery.
Local history, a bit of a mystery. I'm Dave Land. Who remembers the Grill Cafe? I'll talk about it in a moment. Perhaps you have watched reruns of Happy Days and wondered about the soda shops of the 1950s. Teenagers in the 1950s and 60s in Fairfield had plenty of places to go downtown after school for a soda and fries and gossip. Gus's Corner Candy, Keen Norris Drugstore, the Diner, and the Grill Cafe all had a busy crowd. The Grill, owned and operated by Leland Cox, did double time as both a coffee shop and as a true diner. It served breakfast, lunch, and dinner, plus soda, snacks, and ice cream after school. The Grill was located on the corner of Main Street and 2nd Street. Stools ran along the counter on the east side of the building, and booths were on the west side of the long, thin downtown building. The Grill pulled in its share of downtown office workers, shoppers, and high school students. The Grill had a big jukebox, and Thrill of Thrills also had miniature tabletop jukeboxes with pages of selections that turned inside the glass cover. Imagine a few teens sitting in the booth, heads all bent toward the little jukebox song selections, or heads turning toward the front of the building at the sound of the little bell over the door. In the 1950s, a piece of pie cost 25 cents. A farmer dropping in for lunch could get ham, 2 sides, salad, roll, and a drink for $1. Once the lunch and after-school crowd cleared, you might find a couple older ladies seated in the back booth, sharing the day's gossip over a piece of pie and a cigarette. Groups of ladies sometimes gathered in the room in the basement for wedding showers and birthday parties. Seems every era has its unique mix of eating establishments, diner, restaurant, a gathering place.
Thank you, Dave. I'll definitely look for a day to go visit the Soda Jerk. Cannot go wrong with that. Time now to take a look at area menus on Wayne County Now. And let's take a look, starting off with the menu today at the Wayne County Senior Center in Fairfield. Your lunch today is ham and beans, tomato salad, cornbread, and cake. Ham and beans, tomato salad, cornbread, and cake at the Wayne County Senior Center at Fairfield Memorial Hospital. Your daily specialty breakfast item today is tater tots for $1.50. Lunch is burnt ends or Polish sausage, mac and cheese, O'Brien potatoes, asparagus, or sauerkraut are your sides. Your soup of the day is chicken and dumpling soup. Your sandwich is deli beef and cheese. And your dessert is cherry cheesecake. Dinner at the hospital tonight is lasagna or garlic herb tilapia. Side options are baked potatoes, Italian vegetable blend, or Bosco stick. And dessert is sliced peaches. Over at the Kids in Motion Day Camp today, your lunch menu today looks like this. Breakfast is pancakes, applesauce, and juice with milk. Those are your breakfast options. For lunch, it is corn dog, broccoli and dip, fruit, and milk. If you have a menu, you can drop it to us, news@mywaynecountynow.com, and we'll work on getting that information out to you as well. For the latest local news, weather, and sports anytime, visit us at mywaynecountynow.com. You can also follow us, by the way, on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, and TikTok. Search Wayne County Now. I'm Justin Fuller on Wayne County Now. We'll have another news podcast at 6 this evening, and also we will drop some news briefs through our social media pages throughout the day.